We went from 2 a.m. calls to zero communication. Yeah, we spent too long in heaven. Yeah, we felt the elevation. Just cause it's different and we're not the same doesn't mean things have to change. I got no trouble with my pride, got trouble cutting tight. I don't wanna be a ex. We were too good to be friends. Can we still hang out?
This sunlight is hitting. Oh my god. So we're doing a different type of video today. It is the end of March. It's the last weekend in March, which means next week, well, this upcoming week starts April. I wanted to do a different kind of video because I was kind of over, well, not over, but I wanted to switch things up on my channel. Instead of just doing a sit down video, I wanted to do more of a vlog style, super casual kind of video that I usually plan out my personal content the weekend before the new month starts. If it's client content, I plan their content out 2-3 weeks before the new month starts. So there's a couple things that I need when it comes to planning out my content. So for one, I need my iPad and my handy dandy Logitech pen. I've talked about this in multiple videos. I love this thing. It's basically an alternative to an Apple Pen or Apple Pencil, whatever they call it. And then I use a content calendar. If you don't know, I just launched the Q2 content calendar, so that's April, May, and June. You can click the link in the description box. You can download it. It's completely free. So I use my iPad, the content calendar, and I also take a look at my analytics on the respective platforms, right? So I need to pull that up as well. I have a lot going on in April, so I think it'll be a really good month for content. So let's get right into it. And before I actually plan out my content, I like to actually figure out what my goals are for the month in order to make sure that my content aligns with those goals. So I'm going to work on my April goals first, and then we're going to get into actually planning out the content. And my goals include personal goals, business goals, my brand goals. So it's my business, which is Lita & Co., and then my brand, which is my It's Imani Murray brand. And then just my personal life goals, right? Put together the goals and stuff, it's now time to actually, how many times can I say actually? It's now time to plan out the content. So I'm going to use my content calendar, my iPad. That's where I actually write down my plans. It's very, very not aesthetically pleasing at all. And yeah, so my analytics, my content calendar, and my iPad. In the Notes app in the iPad, I do not use GoodNotes. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, I do not use GoodNotes. It's not. I'm just a very simple kind of gal, and the Notes app on iPad is what works for me. Am I the only person? I have a whole couch, but I still like to sit on my floor. Don't ask me why, but I feel like that's where I get so comfortable. If you haven't downloaded the content calendar, I am going to show you guys what it actually looks like. Okay, so yeah, so I use my content calendar as a guide because it has a ton of like different holidays in there and things like that. So I use it as a guide for when I'm planning out my content, right? So, for example, we're not talking about May, we're talking about April. Let me pull it up, hold on. And I also use my analytics to see what worked and what didn't work. So those two resources together will help me better plan out my content. And then, of course, whatever I have going on in my life, I use that as a guide as well. So, for example, I'll be traveling at the end of April. So I know I am going to be creating travel content, and I can't wait. I literally have been dying to create travel content again. So that's something that I already know I'm going to be incorporating into it. I'm going to do a YouTube video. I'm going to do a couple of TikToks. Definitely going to do a reel. So yeah, something to keep in mind when you're planning out your content and you're creating your content is look at how your month looks overall. Don't create the content based on your life. Don't live your life based on the content, if that makes sense, right? So because I know I am going away, I know I can create content, but I wouldn't go away just to create content. Like, no, I'm going away to relax, but creating content is still something that I enjoy doing, because I feel like people live their life based on their content, and it should be the other way around. Your content should be created based on your life. So yeah, that's how things are a little bit easier when you're creating content. Because if you're creating content if you're living your life based on content creation, it's not going to feel real. You're going to feel like, oh my God, I'm working all the time. But if you're just living your life and you're creating content while you're living your life, it makes things, I'm not saying it's so much better or easier, but it makes things a little bit easier. And like I said, it's only for April, May, and June. So, and it breaks down like, okay, this is a letter from me basically saying like how to use this, blah, blah, blah. And then yes, all of these holidays, it gets real on here. It got the monthly holidays, the daily holidays, the weekly holidays. This is a very informative content calendar. And then of course we give the blank one where you can actually fill it out yourself. And so it goes into May. It has the hashtags, the monthly hashtags, the weekly hashtags, and the same thing for May, June. So I'm going to use this as a reference to see what days I can have my content go along with. And this is also what I use when I'm creating content for clients, where I'm creating my content calendar for clients, or if I'm doing like media pitching for my PR clients. So let's take a look. I'm going to set my camera up and we're just going to get right into it. Before we get into it, I'm going to show you guys actually a previous so I'm literally just using the Notes app in my iPad. So I have a file that's called 2022 content, right? And it's literally, like I said, not aesthetically pleasing. It works for me. And so like this was March's plan. And now for April, I am switching up my content a bit. I feel like I'm a little bit over Instagram, to be honest. That's still going to be my main social media, but I'm switching up my content. What that looks like right now, I'm not 100% sure. But I think it'll be definitely a combination of personal work and then like something shareable. So that's something that people relate to. But I also am kind of in this zone where I feel like Instagram is not doing what I need it to do anymore. It's not serving me and like I need it to serve me anymore. So I'm kind of in a limbo. And then with TikTok, I'm going to be doing a challenge where I think it's actually starting this week. So it leads into my April content, right? I think that's what. So yeah, so I am doing, that's very accurate actually. I am doing a TikTok challenge where I post every day for a week, for 7 days, and I want to see what happens, right? So starting on March 28th, going into April 4th, I will be posting on TikTok every single day. Now, this is the perfect day for me to figure out exactly what that's going to look like, what content that is going to be, because I don't know. I kind of want it to be a combination of things. I used to post like day in the life vlogs on TikTok, and then I kind of got, like, I was very consistent with it. I was posting like multiple times a week, and then life got really hectic, and so I wasn't able to continue, but I need to get back into creating content. So I'm also going to do a video on the results of that, actually. So subscribe so you can, you catch that video, because I think that's going to be interesting, especially because people are moving away from Instagram and focusing a lot more on TikTok. So I want to see how that works. And yeah, so how I do it is I plan out my YouTube content first. I look to see what videos I've done, what videos worked well, what videos aren't performing the best. So I go through my YouTube videos first, and then of course, because I'm the repurpose queen, I love to repurpose everything, then I can go ahead and plan out my reels and my TikToks based on my YouTube videos, because I know at least a couple of my YouTube videos can be turned into reels and TikToks. So yeah, so after I actually plan out the content, figure out what the content for the month will be, that's when I outline. And then after I outline, I record. I don't know if I'm going to be recording today. Sometimes this process, this whole like planning out the content and stuff and figuring out, can take 3 days, because I like to chop it up. I don't like to overwhelm myself. So the actual planning of the monthly content doesn't take 3 days, but planning the content is 1 day. Outlining the content can take a couple hours in another day, and then recording is a couple hours in another day. Sometimes it's done all in 1 day, sometimes it's done in 2 days. It's really just how I feel. I don't put too much pressure on myself. I'm lying. I used to, but I don't anymore, because this is supposed to be fun, right? So yeah, you just gotta make it, like I always say, you just gotta make it work for you. Let's get actually into the planning of the process. Planning of the content. Camera on 2 bars. But anyways, so we pretty much finished planning out the content, and sometimes I'm not going to be able to fully plan out the entire month, especially because I'm in the process of like trying to change up my content. So I definitely got my 4 YouTube videos done. I know what that's going to be, like I said, especially because I am traveling this month, and it's not like a big trip, but it's one of my favorite places. And so, it's one of my favorite places. So I'm going to definitely do a travel vlog for YouTube, do a travel vlog for TikTok and Reels. So that's something definitely I know. I just got an idea. But then, because I'm like in the process of like, how do I really want to use Instagram these days? I came up with some video ideas, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to definitely use them. And that's okay. That's why it's good to put together a plan, because you can leave space for, any type of changes. Like before, I used to freak out like, oh my God, my entire month, I don't have exactly every video that I want to do. Like, oh my God, freaking out. But now, as long as I have like an idea of what things I want it to be, it's okay. Because of course things are going to change. I may come across, like right now with my reels, I have personal reels and then like work related reels. There may be a reel that I feel like, oh my God, I love the audio, I want to create a video to this. That's not currently on my plan right now, but because I left space for any type of edits or changes, I can go ahead and do so. Same thing with TikTok. And even with YouTube, like usually I have the videos down pack of which ones I want to do, but sometimes I may skip a video. Sometimes I'm like, I've seen too many people do it, or it's just not fulfilling me. I'm going to cross that bad boy off the list. So ideally the next step after I put together my plan is to outline, right? So this video would be going up, what's today? What did I say today is? Today's the 26th. So this video is going to be going up on March 31st. So that's, yeah, the day before April 1st. So, and I go back and forth, but I typically like to record 2 videos in one weekend. So I at least get a full weekend to myself next weekend. But to be honest, I don't feel like outlining today. So I have already, planned out my content. I know what my first video is going to be for, what is that, April 7th is the first Thursday, because if you don't know, if you're not subscribed to me, I post every Thursday on my channel. I know what video is going up on April 7th, and to be honest, the topic that I'm going to be doing is not something that I really need to outline much. I definitely think I can just put together some bullet points. Sometimes my outlines are a little bit more in depth. Sometimes it's just bullets to remind me of what I need to talk about. So I think this video is going to be that. It's going to be another Instagram video, but it's going to be more of a conversation versus, this is what you need or how to or blah, blah, blah. It's more so Instagram, what's really going on. And then for the rest of the month, like I said, I have my travel vlog. I'm going to do a recap of what happened after I posted on TikTok every day for a week. So I can't really put an outline together on that. I can, but I can't because I really need to see the results. And then another video that I'm doing is how to create content on vacation. So I'll be doing that before my travel vlog goes up, because travel videos do so well on my page. So I'm definitely getting into how to incorporate travel content along with social media into one. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense in my head, but I am definitely incorporating a lot more travel content on my channel this year. I'll be traveling again in a couple months. So y'all gonna get this travel content, okay? And so yeah, so typically I would be outlining next, and like I said, I just use my notes app. I'll show you guys a previous one that I've done. Let's see. So this is my Instagram versus Reels outline, and it's, like I said, it's literally just my notes to keep me. It's literally nothing fancy. It just keeps me organized so that I'm not rambling. Because if you're a content creator, once you get up on that stage in front of that camera, you can start rambling, right? I just don't have it in me. It's been a long week, and I'm not going to sit here and fake it like I'm about to start outlining, because I'm not. I'll probably outline, because the video that I need to outline for is not going up this weekend or this week. I'm not in a rush to do it. Like I said, I like to record 2 videos in one weekend, but I don't have it in me. This week has been insane. So I'm, giving myself the opportunity to relax, which is also very important. I feel like a lot of people burn out on social media because they're so like, I got to get my content out. You also need to rest. You also need to give yourself, a breather, some relax, because that's usually when you create the better content, when you are relaxed and not burnt out, because burnt out is not healthy. Trust me, I know. I don't know how this turned into a whole rant. But yeah, so after I outline, of course, I go ahead and record. Hopefully this makes sense. Definitely it makes life easier when you plan out your content way in advance, because then you can go ahead, but make sure it's aligning with how you're living your life. You're not living your life based on your content. Your content is living life based on you. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. As always, you can follow me on all social media platforms at It's Imani Murray, and I will see you in my next video. Let me know if you enjoy these kind of videos. Okay.